Hello guys, my name is Agung Muleko Putra with student number 1907104226. So right now at this video, I have an assignment which is to create a video about a certain topics. But before we get into the topics, I will explain to you all about the assignment. As I said before, the assignment is to create a video about a certain topics, and this video will consist of 3 parts. The first part is the introduction part, which is this part where I will introduce you about myself and tell you all about the assignment. And the second part, which is the part where I will explain to you all about the topics and we will discuss it later. And the last part is the closing part where I will give you the conclusion for what is all have been said before, and I also will give you a closing statement there. So this assignment is for the English for Special Purpose course with the lecturer Ma'am Bening. And yeah, my topics are what are the application that consists of minimum 3 of augmented reality in filmmaking sector, and how does the technology help filmmaking professionals in carrying out their job, and also what kinds of technology are used in each of the application and how will they function. And I also gonna say what are the strengths and weaknesses of the augmented reality in the movie sector, and I will explain to you and give you clear examples. So yeah, without further ado, let's continue to our next part, which is the discussion part. Augmented reality, or AR, is an interactive experience of a real-world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensory modalities, including visual, auditory, haptic, somatosensory, and olfactory. Or I can put it in a simple way as AR is when you put a computer-generated object or image that can be interacted into a real world that can be inside the video or some kind of presentation. You can see the use of AR in some games. Or even in further development is to create an AR zoo, as you can see in this pic. So my topics are application that consist minimum of 3 of augmented reality in filmmaking sector. So we will discuss the application inside the filmmaking industry, not inside the movies, because it will be very easy to find AR or augmented reality inside a movie, such as Jarvis from Iron Man.
Is the brain?
No sign of cardiac anomaly or unusual brain activity.
Okay, so it's poison?
There have been some examples of the use of AR within the filmmaking industry. The most prominent use of AR is the green screen alternative AR wall. AR wall replaces and renders a computer background in real time with change depend on where the actor is moving. In traditional filmmaking, this is usually done with a green screen. A green screen, or sometimes a blue screen, is more norm because of the ease to remove green or blue colors from an image. Other instances of AR on screen involve pre-rendered computer-generated avatars film walking around the area. So yeah, that is AR wall. Next, I want to discuss to you about Housecraft. So Housecraft is an augmented reality tools for pre-production that are already here and ready to work on your phone right now today. Well, just a preview of what is coming, the possibilities of projecting digital objects into real world will quickly become indispensable tool for from product designers, actors, and also their directors. To do augmented reality or AR, you need four things. First, a camera. Next, you need a screen. Third, you need an object tracker. And last or fourth, you need a real-time graphic processing engine. Your phone has already a video camera and a screen. And now, with Housecraft, it has added the software engine to make it work. Real-time tracking and compositing are nothing new. You do it all the time in Snapchat or in Instagram when using a filter to give yourself a cat ears, something like that. That kind of object tracking is 2D. It looks for the common features on your face such as eyes, nose, chin or ears and use that to composite and work its pre-built graphic to animate in response to grimacing or sticking your tongue out. It is cool, but the illusion will break as soon as you turn your head too far, or if your face goes off camera. Housecraft is fully realized 3D volume scanner, meaning it uses the camera, accelerometer, compass, and a bunch of smart computation to build a model of the space around you, such as floors, ceiling, distances, angles, etc. As you move the camera around in the real world, the 3D models will also move inside your phone. This has obvious implications for gaming and social media, also in filmmaking. Run around your house shooting zombies or leaving animated GIFs up around town for other people to find. But I think it has profound implications for filmmaking. Here, where I think we were all going to start seeing the virtual world pop up in our real world sets in the coming year. Last is AR Kit.
Hello, I'm David, an engineer from the ARKit team. Today, Christopher and I will be sharing a broad range of improvements to ARKit 5. We're excited to discuss the changes coming to iOS 15. This year, we've made many upgrades across the board, and we'll be discussing multiple features. Before we do that, we want to showcase the experiences you all have been building with LiDAR. We've seen a variety of LiDAR-enabled apps using the scene reconstruction and depth APIs, productivity, photo filter effects, entertainment, and even games that you can play in your living room. We're really happy to see the creativity and resourcefulness shown by the ARKit community.
Watching and recording a rehearsal of actors with digital elements through the Magic Director's Viewfinder is exactly what James Cameron did during the production of the movies called Avatar. Well, he did real-time motion capture, video capture rendering and compositing, which required an amazing amount of technical wizardry. The most profound aspect of his system was the freedom to walk around with his actors and his camera inside the virtual set. This aspect of that workflow is what ARKit is offering, but on your device in a living room rather than a massive stage full of technicians. There's still a ton of animation, compositing and work to be done in post to make your low budget sci-fi look epic. However, you need to have an ability to see what everyone is looking at instead of just shooting blindly into a green screen. AR is evidence once again of interesting style of innovation. It is certainly not the first company to develop augmented reality tools. Microsoft and Alphabet have sunk hundreds and millions of dollars into their AR platform, hardwarely and softwarely, like MP3 player and smartphones before it. Apple didn't need to invent a technology to figure out a really interesting spin on it. This is particularly true in the film community where Apple computers and iPhone are ubiquitous. Having augmented reality as part of the operating system of a tool used daily in file production, such as iPhone, means augmented reality will soon become a tool that you can be used daily by filmmakers. So yeah, that is all of the application of augmented reality in film sector. I think beside those three, you can find many more of application of augmented reality in film industry. Now I will tell you about the strengths and weaknesses of the application in the film sector. Using augmented reality in film industry automatically will make it easier for the filmmakers to work, where they will easily simulate how a scenario will be implemented as in the AR kit. And the use of AR can also be used to facilitate the use of visual reality, which can generate an interactive reality. Behind its strength, there must also be a weakness of using AR in the film industry. The use of technology like this you need to have a special knowledge of 3D imaging. For film with a high level of visuality, you need also require a special budget to create a high level visual with augmented reality. Besides that, because it is a simulation of the real world, I think the image that is produced still looks stiff and does not fully look real. Therefore, it is still requires a little touch so that the result of the image will look more realistic. And that is all the discussion about the topics, and we will move into our closing part. So yeah, hello guys. This part is the closing part where I will give you the conclusion and the closing statement for what we have already discussed before. So augmented reality is the technology of future, where you can interact with an object that generated by a computer and assist in visualization in a video or an image. In the film industry, the use of AR can also be very helpful in simulating scenes. In its development, the object generated by the computer is expected to be more realistic, so that the use of augmented reality is even more effective. So yeah, that is the end of our discussion. I hope you all enjoy of the video and the content that I have been built. And I also want to say thanks to all the supporting environment that helps me to create this video. And lastly, I want to say sorry if I have bad grammar or pronunciation. And yeah, thank you. Cheers guys.
This is the new nature experience from the Scavenger application, built using the Location Anchors API. Scavenger hosts AR content at real-world locations and enables the creation of virtual public art installations and activities. It's a good example of how Location Anchors can power outdoor experiences as the world reopens. The Maps app is also introducing a new AR feature that uses the API in iOS 15. Let's take a look. This year, Maps is adding turn-by-turn walking directions shown in AR using the Location Anchors API. They incorporate several practices we recommend. We'll cover these later on to show how you can build great applications.